Hello everyone. Today's topic is absolute versus relative path. You might be thinking, what is path? A path is a unique location of a file. There are two types of path: absolute path and relative path. A path related to the root directory is called absolute path. A path related to the current directory is called relative path. You might be confused with these terms: root directory, current directory, etc. So I am going to explain this topic using few programs, and using these programs I shall try to clear your doubts. Let's see. In the beginning I shall write a short program using which I shall fetch current working directory. Then I shall explain about current working directory and root directory. To get current working directory, I need to import the module OS. Then using os.getcwd we can get current working directory, and I am going to display the current working directory using print function. Let's see. You can see this is the output of the program. This is the path where our program test.py is saved. By default, all the programs are saved in the current working directory, and this is progs is the current working directory. And this path is called absolute path because this path is started with C:, that is the root directory. Now for example, this is the directory progs, within which there is a text file relative1.txt. I am going to open this text file. This text file contains data file and CSIP. Now I am going to read this file using a small program. So first of all I have to open the file. Open. File name is relative.txt. I do not need to mention the mode because by default it will be opened in read mode. Now using file object I am going to access the lines of the text file relative.txt. For lines in file, print lines, comma, end equal to quotes. To eliminate extra blank line problem, I am using end equal to quotes. Now I am going to close the file. Let's check. No such file relative.txt. Let's see why the problem occurs. Oh, there is the file name is relative1.txt. So I need to change the file name here, relative1.txt. So whenever you are opening a file, you must be careful about the name of the file. If you are giving wrong file name, then this type of error will occur. It is working properly. This is the output, and here as the file is stored in the current working directory, I do not need to mention the path. Yes, you can mention the path, but it is not necessary if the file exists in the current working directory. Now for example, I am moving the file to this folder text. Now see what will happen after executing this program. No such file or directory relative1.txt. because relative1.txt is not present in the current working directory progs. It is present in the directory text. So in this case we need to mention the path of the text file relative1.txt. We can use absolute path, that is the path starting from the root directory, or we can use relative path. Relative path means the path related to the current working directory. So first of all I am going to show you absolute path. This is the path of the current working directory. So I have to mention the path. So progs is the current working directory, and within this folder progs there is another folder text. So here I have to write text, then and after that name of the file. Now I am going to run this program. This is a syntax error because I have written this path inside quotes. Python is thinking this is a simple string, but it is not a simple string. It is a path. To overcome this problem, we need to mention this as raw data using the character R. Then it will work properly. Let's see. It is working properly. Otherwise we can use escape character. In Python backslash is escape character. So whenever I am using backslash I have to add another backslash. Actually this backslash is indicating that this backslash has a special meaning. So for each backslash I need to add another backslash. Now check. Again it is running properly. So for writing the path, either you can write R and then you can write the path. R means raw data, and there is another way. You can use escape character. Using the escape character also you can run the program perfectly. And there is another way. You can use front slash instead of backslash. Now I am going to run this program. Look, it is working properly. There is no problem. So using these three ways we can use the absolute path. And now I shall discuss about the relative path. As the current working directory is progs, I do not need to write the name of the current working directory. I must write the directories after progs. That is, relative1.txt is present in the folder text. So I must write text, then backslash, then relative1.txt. Whenever I am using backslash, I must write R. Look, the program is running perfectly. Otherwise, I must use escape character. Or we can use front slash instead of backslash. So relative path means related to the current working directory. Relative1.txt is present inside the folder text, and text is present inside the current working directory progs. So I just need to write text relative1.txt. Now consider if relative1.txt is present in this folder 12. As we are using relative path, it will start after progs, as progs is current directory. So the relative path will be text 12 relative1.txt. Let's see, text, then 12, then relative1.txt. Let's see, it is working properly. Instead of writing front slash, we can write backslash also. For backslash, there are two ways. First, you can use raw data by using R, or you can use escape character. And now, if relative1.txt is present in this folder Python, so what will be the absolute path and what will be the relative path? So absolute path will be starting from local disk C. So here I am going to copy the absolute path. So this is the absolute path. As I am using backslash, I must use R to run this program. Let's see, it is working. Now what will be the relative path for the text file relative1.txt? Our current working directory is progs, and the text file relative1.txt is present in this directory Python. This is the basically parent directory of progs. To access the parent directories in case of relative paths, we must use double dots. For example, if I write double dot, that means I can access this directory Python 36, and after that, if I am going to use again double dot, then I can use Python directory, and within this directory Python relative1.txt is present. So if I am using a relative path, then I must write double dot. Using this double dot, I can access the parent directory of progs, and again using this double dot, I can use the parent directory of Python 36, that is Python. So the relative path of relative1.txt will be double dot backslash double dot backslash then relative1.txt. Let's see. So using this relative path, I am running this program and it is working properly. So I think now it is clear to you what is absolute path and what is relative path. Absolute path means the path starting from the root directory, and relative path means the path with respect to the current working directory. You can use absolute path as well as relative path. As relative path is shorter than absolute path, that's why we normally prefer relative path, but it is always better to use absolute path. Now I shall discuss about file attributes. There are some file attributes. We can use these file attributes in our programs. For example, file.name. This attribute name will return the name of the text file. For example, in this case, the name of the text file is relative1.txt. It is going to return the name of the text file. Mode attribute will return the opening mode of the file. In this case, the mode of the file is read mode. encoding attribute will return the encoding technique used for that file. Closed attribute will return either true or false value. If the file is already closed, then it will return true, and if the file is not closed, then it will return false. In this case, it will return false because here the file is not closed, and after closing the file, if I again display file.closed, then it will return true value. Let's see what will be the output. You can see the name of the file is relative1.txt. Actually, the name attribute will return the entire path that is written in the program to open the file, and from where you can get the file name. And this is the mode of the file. I have not mentioned any file opening mode. By default, the mode of the file will be read. CPU1252 is the encoding technique used for that file, and before closing it is returning false, and after closing it is returning true as the file is closed. So today I have discussed absolute path, relative path, and file attributes. Thank you for watching this video.